What is up, guys? So apparently a lot of you guys want to see this matchup. So we are using Cyclops against the Collector 1 and facing him on Expert mode. So let's go ahead and shuffle up the encounter deck. And then we're going to shuffle up our player deck here. And then with the main scheme setup, it says the Grand Collection. Create the collection. So we're going to put that right here. Put the top card of each player's deck face up into the collection. So we get one card here. Ooh, the Honorary X-Men. Okay, and then we advance to stage 1B, coming in with 4 threat to start off. It says if there are at least 5 cards in the collection, or if this stage is complete, so hitting 10 threat, then we lose the game. The collector here has a 1 reviewed effect. We can either choose to put the top card of your deck face into the collection or take 3 damage. Let's take 3 damage. So that brings us from 10 down to 7. And then that is it for the setup, I believe. So we're going to start us off here. We're going to draw up to our hand size of 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And then let's see what we got. Okay, so we got Utopia. We got Dazzler. Let's mulligan discard 3 cards here and then draw 3 more. 1, 2, 3. I like the meditation here as well. Okay, do we want to use our constant training right now? If we play Utopia, we can meditate into Dazzler. And we're going to be, yeah, I think that's, unless we do this, right? Save the double in our hand. Yeah, we're actually going to do that. So let's use our constant training. Search your deck for a tactic upgrade, add to your hand. Let's look through our deck here for a tactic upgrade, and we're going to get our, let's get the exploit weakness and add that to our hand. And we're going to shuffle up our deck. Next, we're going to play meditation, alter ego action, exhaust your alter ego, then play a card from hand, reducing its cost by 3. So Dazzler is just 1 cost. We're going to play here using this 1 resource here. After Dazzler enters play, confuse an enemy. Let's confuse the collector. And then we're going to use this as 2 resources, so we can play Utopia. If each of your allies has an X-Men trait, increase your ally limit by 1. After an X-Men ally enters play, exhaust Utopia, then ready an X-Men character. And then Dazzler is going to throw for 2 from the main scheme to bring this down to 2. She'll take a consequential damage. Oh, and I did want to also say, for the collection, after any card that's in play leaves play, it goes into the collection if it doesn't go into the victory display. So that's the only way that it does not go into the collection. And if there's 5 cards and we lose, we're going to stay in alter ego because he's confused. So let's just ready back up. Draw back up to 6, keeping the double in our hand. We got Uncanny X-Men. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. Okay. So it is Collector's turn. He's going to add 1 to the main. It goes up to 3. He's going to scheme on us, but he is confused. Then we get a face-on counter card, which is Stay a While. When reviewing an alter ego, choose to either spend 2 physical resources or put the top card of your deck face up into the collection. We could use a double here. We're going to actually put the top card of our deck face up into the collection. Okay, that is okay. The genius there. All right, and then it's back to our turn. So what are we going to do? I think I want to get the Uncanny X-Men out. All right, do we want to use our thingy here? If we get the Uncanny X-Men out, we can play Pixie. Get an ally back. Yeah, we're going to use constant training. So search your deck for a tactic upgrade. Add to your hand. Let's get our priority target, I guess. Put that in our hand. Let's shuffle up our deck again. So if the allies take consequential damage or get defeated and they leave play, they do go into the collection. So we want to try to clean up the collection a little bit, and we have Utopia to help us do that. Let me see. Oh, limit once per round per player. Okay. I did not pay attention to that one. Okay. So we still want to use our allies here, right? So this would be 3 resources, so we can play Uncanny X-Men. If each of your X-Men If each of your characters has the X-Men trait, each of your X-Men allies costs 1 fewer resource to play, and each X-Men ally gets +1 hit point. Let's see, if we play into a Pixie, question is, do we recover here? Let's check our, I think we might as well recover because we can't use this action twice. So let's exhaust to recover by 3. That brings us from 7 back up to our full hit points of 10. Then we're going to go ahead and flip over here to Hero Form where we have the X-Men trait. So now we can trigger the Uncanny X-Men to reduce the cost of all allies by 1. We're going to use, so Pixie's 1 cost now. Sunfire is a resource, so we can play Pixie. Whenever Pixie enters play, or when you play from your hand, add an X-Men ally from discard pile back to your hand. Let's get Sunfire back to the hand. And we can trigger Utopia when X-Men ally enters play, exhaust it to ready up another X-Men character, Cyclops. We're going to use this action here, hero action, exhaust your hero, and then discard 1 card from the collection back to the owner's discard pile. Let's get the Honor X-Men. I don't know if we're going to need it, but that's fine. And it goes back into the discard pile here, so we can survive a little bit longer. And I want to play Blindfold here. Yeah, so she's only 2 costs thanks to the Uncanny X-Men, so 2 resources to play Blindfold. When she enters play, look at the top 5 cards of the encounter deck. We can discard 1, put the rest back in the same order. Okay, so this will be his boost. If there are 3 or 4 cards in the collection, put the top card of your deck into the collection. That's not good. The Philosopher's Stone, I will actually want this as an encounter card, but then we get this nasty boost. But I think we still want to keep it that way. We don't want this minion in play at all, but that'll be his boost for next turn. And then we get this as an encounter card, put the lowest card you control into the collection. Attach your identity when your turn begins, take a poison counter. I'm okay with the poison counter. Let's discard the inconspicuous box, but we still have 1 coming up this turn as a boost, and we get the Philosopher's Stone as an encounter card, which is not that bad. Okay, so that is going to resolve Blindfold's effect. She's going to thwart for 2 from the main. Let's drop this down to 1. She'll take a damage. And then Dazzler's going to swing for 2 at the collector. That'll bring from 14 down to 12. She'll take a consequential damage. We've got to be mindful of X-Men allies leaving play because then it's not good for us. Pixie's going to swing for 2. That'll bring her from 12 down to 10. She will take 2 consequential damage, but she has 3 hit points thanks to the Uncanny X-Men. That will end our turn. Let's ready back up. We're going to draw back up to our hand size of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we got Angel, who I really like here because he is very, very tanky. So Collector's turn is going to add 1 to the main scheme. He's going to attack with a base of 2 and a boost here. We actually know what the boost is. It's nothing, it's just a boost effect. So I don't want the ally to get any weaker. I think we, see, do we just play X-Jet into Angel, ready back up, use a hero action, clear up the collection a little bit. Yeah, let's, actually, what's the encounter card? Oh yeah, it's that thing we want to thwart out. That's fine. We're going to defend for 2. He's hitting with a base of 2. The boost here is 0 and the boost effect. If there's 3 or fewer cards in the collection, we put the top card of our deck face into the collection. So we lost Professor X. Oh man, okay. So he did no damage because we're defending for 2 and he's only doing 2 damage. Then we get a face down encounter card, which is Philosopher's Stone. Side scheme here with Hinder 2 plus 3 is going to be 5 threat. This also has an amplify. And then it is back to our turn. So we're going to use 3 resources here so we can play the X-Jet. We're going to exhaust this to generate a wild resource for an X-Men character. Angel says reduce the cost of playing by 1 if your identity has the immune or X-Men trait. We do have the X-Men trait. So it's 2 resources. Uncanny X-Men makes it 1 cost even cheaper. So only 1 resource. X-Jet can generate a resource for that so we can play him. Then we can exhaust Utopia after playing an X-Men ally to ready up an X-Men character, Cyclops. Then we use this hero action, exhaust Cyclops, get a card from the collection back into the discard pile. Let's get our double resource back in. We can just keep Professor X looking at us there. Okay, let's see. I want to get some leeway. So Blindfold's going to throw for 2 from the Philosopher's Stone and drop us from 5 down to 3. She will take a consequential damage. And Angel is going to swing for 2 at the Collector. That will bring it from 10 down to 8. He will take a consequential damage. And then Dazzler. Do we want to do anything with her? We're going to keep her around a little bit. Yeah, I think we want to keep her just in case. Do we need to... Let's see, he has to amplify. Oh, I know what the boost is. It's going to be that minion that has 3 boost. So that's going to hurt a little bit. I think we have to block with an ally here. That's fine. Let's end our turn. We're going to ready back up. And we're going to have Pixie block for us here. So she goes into the collection. Drawing back up to our hand sets of 5, and we are getting pretty set up. Okay, we got Psylocke, which I really like here. So Collector's turn is going to add 1 to the main scheme. Goes up to 3. He's going to attack us as his boost card. We're going to have Pixie block. The boost here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. Knocks out Pixie. Whenever she leaves play, she does not go into our discard. She's going to go straight into the collection here. So the attack resolved. Then we get a face out encounter card, which is the poison attached to your identity. When your turn begins, place 1 poison counter on here, then take 1 damage for each poison counter. Hero action, spend 3 resources of different types to discard this card. Any player can do this. Okay, so that's going to end the collector's turn, right? Yeah, so it's back to our turn. All right. I really like Psylocke here. We don't want Wrap Response even in play, I think, because it's going to go into the collection. See if we get Psylocke. Let's draw some cards first. I think it's the best play for us. So we're going to have Cyclops, Thor for 2 from Philosopher's Stone. Drop this down to 1. Then a Blindfold Thor, she gets knocked out, goes into the collection. Oof. I think that's fine. We're going to have Blindfold Thor for 2 to clear out the Philosopher's Stone. When this card's defeated, the player who defeats the scheme can draw 2 cards. And this will go into the victory display, not in the collection. So that's good for us. Blindfold takes a consequential damage. She is defeated now. She goes into the collection. So we got 3 cards in there now. Okay, so we need to get Psylocke down. Confuse him. Oh, I forgot. When a turn begins, we take a damage. I forgot to do that. So we place a counter on here, and then we take a damage because there's 1 counter. So that drops from 10 down. I should have done that when our turn began. But I forgot to. Okay, so I think the play here is just playing Psylocke, getting rid of the poison, and then flipping down. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so 4 resources right here, so we can play Psylocke. She comes into play with 2 psionic counters. And then we're going to use this hero action, spend 3 resources of different types to discard this card. So, oh, I forgot, when we play Psylocke, she's X-Men ally, so we can exhaust Utopia to ready Cyclops back up, which we definitely need to do. Now I'm going to use this hero action, 3 resources of different types. So this would be energy, physical, and the wild here is going to be a mental, so we can discard the poison as a hero action. Okay, now I'm going to use this hero action, exhaust your identity, to get a card here back into our discard pile. Let's get Blindfold back. And then we're going to have Psylocke attack, just interrupt. Whenever she attacks, remove a counter from her. Do 1 damage to the enemy, so 8 down to 7, and it confuse that enemy. Then the attack will commence, so 1 damage from her attack. That will bring him from 7 down to 6, and Psylocke will take a consequential damage. All right, and then we're going to keep... No, I think we need to... Angel's going to swing for 2 at the collector. That will bring him from 6 down to 4. Angel takes a consequential. Dazzler is going to Thor for 2 from the main to drop down to 1 in case he gets an advance or something. She'll take consequential damage. She has 1 more hit point thanks to the Uncanny X-Men, so she's staying alive. We're going to flip down to Altar, end our turn. Let's ready back up here. And we're going to draw back up to our hand size of 6. 1, 2. To me, my X-Men would kill us here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we got build support, which we don't have any more support to get out with it, I think. Yeah, I'm not sure. So it is Collector's turn. He's going to add 1 to the main. He's going to scheme, but he is confused. We get a face down encounter card here, which is stay a while. In Alter Ego, choose either spend 2 physical resources or put the top part of your deck face into the collection. Can we? We don't have the physical to spend. I would love to do that, but yeah, we're going to put the top part of our deck face up into the collection. So now I've got 3 cards here, and then it is back to our turn. Okay. So it's not looking really good. We can ricochet beam. We don't want to put anything on him, right? Yeah, definitely not. So we could play beast. Okay, Let's go ahead and flip over here to hero form. We're going to thwart for 2 from the main scheme to clear that off. Then we're going to use the excess to generate 1 resource. This will be 2 more resources for a total of 3, because we only need 3 resources to play Beast because of the Uncanny X-Men. When Beast enters play, search your deck and discard pile for a resource card, add to your hand. Let's get our double resource from the discard. The one with Beast's face to our hand. Okay. Then we are going to exhaust Utopia after playing X-Men Ally to raise Cyclops back up. Hero action, exhaust yourselves, and get a card from the collection back to your discard. Let's get Pixie back in here. Okay, and I think we're just going to flip the collector here. Let's see, Beast swings for 2, Angel swings for 2. We can Ricochet Beam. Yeah, okay. Beast is going to swing for, or let's have Angel swing first, doesn't matter. Angel's going to swing for 2 at the collector. That'll bring from 4 down to 2. He'll take a consequential damage. It is 1 more hit point thanks to the Uncanny X-Men. Beast will now swing for 2. That'll bring the collector from 2 down to 0. Let's put Beast's consequential damage first before I forget. So we defeated this version here. We have his 3rd and final stage here with 18 hit points. And he says, when review, put the top card of each player's deck face up into the collection. Then place 1 threat on the main scheme for each card in the collection here. So 3 threat goes on the main scheme. Okay, and then he has 18 hit points. We set that up already. 4 scheme, 3 attack. Okay. Next, let's use a double resource here. So we can play a Ricochet Beam. Hero action attack, do 3 damage to enemy, then do 3 damage to enemy with upgrade attack. She doesn't have upgrade, so just 3 damage. That'll bring it from 18 down to 15. And then we're going to have Psylocke attack. Use her interrupt first. So do a damage with the interrupt. 15 down to 14. Confuse the collector. And her attack will do 1. So that'll bring from 14 down to 13. Then she'll take a consequential damage. Okay. And yeah, he's confused. We're in hero form. We're going to deck out. I think we're okay with the schemes. We got to keep Dazzler alive. We don't need the build support here. We got all of our supports out that are 3 costs or less. And then Genius here, let's see, this is limit once per round per player. I would love to do this multiple times, but we can't. Then we keep the Genius. Let's discard the build support. That's going to end our turn. We're going to ready back up. And then we're going to draw back up to our hand size of 5. We deck out, get a face down counter card. Ooh, Phoenix. Not much Cyclops cards to grab right now. All of our allies have like 1 hit point left. Just kind of scary. Okay, so drawing back up to 5, we just need a Ricochet Beam, and then we're kind of golden. Got a rapid response. What would that get us? Okay, so the collector's turn is going to add 1 to the main scheme. He's going to attack us here. I think we take this to the face. Hitting with a base of 3. That's fine. We're going to take this one to the face. So 3 plus a boost. Put the silent ghost into play, engage with you. So 3 damage. That'll bring us from 9 down to 6. Okay, when reviewed, you are confused. So we get confused here. Then the silent ghost hits us for 2. That'll bring us from 6 down to 4. Then collector uses a face down counter card. So we have 2. First one is Master Plan. Place 4 threat on each side scheme. If there are no side schemes, we discard cards from the counter deck until we get a side scheme and then reveal it. Okay, so we're just going to mill down here until we get a side scheme. Still no side scheme. I'm sure there's some left in the deck, right? Are they all at the bottom? I mean, okay, so we finally got a side scheme here. We milled out most of the deck. I think there should be a lot more side schemes left. Crystal Ball, hinder 2 plus 3 is going to be 5 threat with an acceleration. The player who defeats the scheme may play a card from their hand, reducing its cost by 3. Okay, so what was that from? Oh, that was from 1 encounter card. So this is our last encounter card here. View the Cosmos. When review, choose one. Put the highest card you control in your hand face up in the collection, or discard the highest cost card from your hand. Then place threat on the main scheme equal to its opponent's cost. We're going to do that one. So we lose Phoenix though. That's okay. So discard the highest cost card from your hand, Phoenix, and then place threat on the main scheme equal to its printed cost. So when we put 3 threat on the main, it goes from 4 up to 7 now. Okay, and then it is back to our turn. Okay, so the question is, can we kill him? If we play this, we're going to, oh, how does the rapid response work? Can we, after an ally control is defeated, discard rapid response. This is an interrupt, so a card will be placed in the discard pile. We actually, is it defeated before it's discarded? I'm not sure. Does that matter? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Actually, we have the kill shot either way. Okay. All right, I think we're okay. So let's use the extra to generate a WAD resource so we can play exploit weakness on the collector. And then he does not have guard, so we can hit the collector directly right now. So let's put him aside. So attach an enemy, max 1 per enemy. Increase the amount of damage attached enemy takes from each attack by 1. Okay, so we're gonna have Beast swing at the collector for 2 + 1, 3 damage. I'll bring it from 13 down to 10. Beast will take a consequential damage. Okay, then we're gonna have Cyclops swing for 1. That'll bring her from 10 down to 9. And then Cyclops will take a consequential damage. So she has 3 damage, 1 hit point left thanks to the Uncanny X-Men. And then, let's see, do we want to, we don't, if we swing for 3, 3, yeah, we have to kill. I think we can just exhaust just to be safe to get rid of a card from the collection. Yeah, let's go ahead and use its hero action. But we're gonna do the other one. Let's do spend 3 resources, or spend 2 resources of any type. So right here, double resource, to discard 1 card from the collection back to discard pile. So let's get our, let's get Professor X. I don't like him in there. We're gonna get him back to our discard pile here. Okay, then we're going to use our Optic Blast ability. So spend 1 resource of any type, right here, the rapid response, to do 3 damage to an enemy that has an upgrade attached. So collector has an upgrade, so 3 on him. This will increase the damage by 1, so it's gonna be 4 damage. That'll bring him from 9 down to 5. Okay. Then we're gonna have Angel here swing for 2. It does 1 more because of this, so it does 3 damage. That'll bring it from 5 down to 2. Angel will take a consequential damage. He will go into the collection now. So we have 3 cards in the collection. And we can have Dazzler swing to finish off, but let's just have Cyclops just in case, because I don't want to get more stuff in the collection. So Cyclops has 1 attack. We're going to swing for 2 at the collector. And then it does an extra damage thanks to the exploit weakness. So that's actually going to be 2 damage. That'll bring it from 2 down to 0. And I think that was a clean game. Not entirely sure. But yeah, that is the collector on expert mode.